All right, let's see what's happening.
Hello everyone and welcome to a Splitgate update video. We're very excited for this one and we have
How long is this video?
to talk about.
19 minutes, okay.
My name is
Ian looks so comfortable, bro.
Jason to announce
By the way, join the stream on Friday and Saturday if you want to be here for that, because I will be playing. Twitch link is down in the description. You know, I just thought about it, actually. Let me turn this up. That is so my fault.
for these public playtests, and why do you think going back to beta is the right path to success?
Yeah, I mean, I think, the purpose of these playtests is really to get your feedback, the community's feedback. That's how we built Splitgate 1. That's, people might not remember. We actually launched Splitgate 1 in 2019. Didn't have a lot of success.
I didn't play,
and spent 2
unfortunately.
years just constantly iterating with the community's feedback in mind.
The thing with me is that, like, I don't have the background of playing Splitgate 1 and understanding, like, everybody's perspective on Splitgate 1 compared to Splitgate 2. I've kind of grown to understand it coming as a Halo player. The reason why I didn't play Splitgate 1 is because the only thing I heard was that it was basically Halo with portals, and I didn't want to play any type of Halo clone or anything like that. I just wouldn't give it the chance. And I really wish I would have, because I missed out on something truly awesome. I'm just glad I'm able to play Splitgate 2 now and enjoy, what I missed out on for Splitgate 1. I mean, it's not all there, but I think they're doing a good job and they keep track of their community and are trying their best. And they are very underappreciated as a studio.
And after 2 years, all of a sudden, wow, the game's actually really good. And when we did the relaunch with Splitgate 1, it really took off. And so we're running it back. That's how we got to where we're at today. That's the reason we're able to work on Splitgate 2. And I think we sort of shied away from that, which was the wrong move with Splitgate 2, where we were sort of keeping things in secret, wanted to build hype. And that's just not the 1047 way. And so ultimately, these playtests are about getting feedback, making sure the changes we're making.
This is what I've said, by the way, as well. I've talked about this. Like, I understand they're trying to keep the BR, under wraps and not letting anybody find out about it. They really wanted it to be a surprise. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't see it as a surprise. I was cool with it. I mean, I didn't like too much care for the idea of it at first, but because this is a new studio for me, and I liked the beta. I liked everything so far. Like, they were just catching massive W's. I trusted them to, do well with the BR and treat the rest of the game just as good as if they would treat a BR. But this is the first point I was going to talk about. They really should have beta tested the BR. I think that was like the biggest fuck up they could have made. I know they wanted to save it and let it be a big surprise, but they should have beta tested it. It was not ready. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but there's some things that definitely need to be changed about it. Some balancing issues, some optimization that needs to be fixed. Like, there's a good amount of problems with the BR, and they definitely should have beta tested it. But we're going back into beta now, so it is what it is. Shit's already happened. It's time to move on.
Are good ones that the community wants, and really just keeping us on the right track.
I love how you said that, the 1047 way. That's exactly what we're going back to. And the whole studio is very excited for this.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about what some of the players will be expecting in the playtest. We've made a lot of changes, and everything will be discussed in detail here.
I'm excited to see what changes
let's
they're
talk
making.
about changes to factions and what Splitgate will become moving forward. Josh, I'll go ahead and throw this to you.
Cool. Yeah. Really stoked to talk about this. So, like Ian mentioned, we're going to be diving into the playtest to try a bunch of new changes. And the first one is some changes to factions, right? And so the first thing I wanted to do is sort of talk about the original intention of factions, so everybody understands like where we were coming from.
Was it for BR? Because that's what I thought it was for.
And so when we set out to do, to create Splitgate 2, there was a desire to create like meaningful variety in the way that you're taking engagements, right? And so factions emerged as kind of this way to create interesting asymmetry in combat, where players have different tools at their disposal. And so
See, I understand this, but the problem with this being in an arena shooter kind of game is that the balancing causes issues for sure. And then also like for people that watch my stream, like some of the close, like tight community in Splitgate 2 that watch my stream understand that I hate fucking Sabrask. Sabrask is such a get out of jail free card character. I don't like a shield character in any fucking game, and that's just me. I just don't. I think it's just not tactical at all. I mean, you're in the middle of a gunfight, pop a shield, and you can win the gunfight easily. Sabrask also has like some of the most high damaged weapons. Like I swear his arsenal is like amongst the best out of all the weapons. Um so yeah, that's how I feel about it. I just feel like the factions, like they're cool, but I feel like they bring more negativity, like they bring more problems with the game than what it's worth. And I just realized he's got a Destiny thing here. I didn't even realize that the last time he was on one of these. What do you call it? Just video? I'll just call it videos, whatever. Interesting.
Hypothesis is that like as players lean into their play style, each game is going to feel fresh because you're going to feel people who have different. You're going to encounter people with different kits and different play styles. What we've seen post launch is that the current philosophy around factions has created this sort of rigidity around play styles. And it's sort of actively getting in the way of player fun. We got a lot of feedback about factions. It's been a lot of discourse both internally and externally, and so we've gotten a lot of feedback from our players that it can be a very frustrating experience to want to play a specific way or with a weapon you like, but you can't because you're sort of blocked by these faction limitations.
And see, this is the other thing too, is that like just for an example. One of my good friends, Jordan, that I've known since like 2015. I've known him for a long time. Me and him been grinding this game a lot recently, and we talked about like factions. Like me and him have conversations with like how they could do things with the game and like help save this game and everything like that. And that's something that we've talked about with like factions. Is I threw out some ideas of like Splitgate 1 kind of equal starts and stuff like that. And he was like, man, like factions for me are what make the game like partially make the game fun. Like I feel like if they take away factions, I'm not really gonna want to play this game like that. And see that's the thing with like introducing something brand new to a not built up, but a building franchise. Introducing something so drastically new from the first game onto the second game, you're going to create this dynamic where the community is split in between, two things. So it's going to be really hard for them to find the balance. I don't know. He's probably going to talk about what changes they're thinking about doing, but yeah, that's just an example I wanted to point out there, that there's definitely two sides of the community. Some people want factions taken away. Some people like factions. Some people don't care. Me, I'm like, I don't want factions, but at the same time, like, I don't mind if they stay in the game. It's just that it really has to be balanced, right? And just take Sabrask out the fucking game, please. Just get Sabrask out, and I'll be fine. But let's continue.
And so with that in mind, for this playtest, you're going to see we've removed factions, right? And we've sort of reimagined the loadout system with the intention of allowing players to have like the maximum amount of flexibility with all of these tools in the toolbox.
They took that's interesting. So they're going to test out how people are going to feel with taking away factions. Yo, that's huge. That's crazy. So they're going full balls to the wall with it. I'm surprised, really, to be honest. I really thought whenever the first playtest came around, and I knew faction abilities were going to be touched on, like I had a feeling they were going to get touched on, but I didn't think they were going to go the full step of just saying, fuck it, let's remove it, see what happens. I support it. That's fine. Let's try it. Let's see how it goes. I mean, we got, 6 months till launch, basically, so why not? See what people think about it. That's interesting, though. I did not think they were going to go full balls to the wall. I thought they were going to try to find some middle ground. But this could be a good thing. Honestly, it could be a good thing. We'll see what happens.
So players can really hone in on the way that they like to play.
Follow up with, players being able to play how they
Wait, so okay, this is what I got a question about though. If they're taking away factions and they're saying like they want you to be able to use everything across the board, does that mean abilities are still going to be in the game too? I don't know. Maybe they'll mention it, or maybe I need to go back. If you're gonna take away factions, might as well take all the abilities out. You can leave the equipment like shock disc and sticky grenade and all that. You can leave that. That's fine. But like the ultimates, like the rush, vision pulse, and the shield wall, those need to go. I don't think those need to stay. If you're gonna allow everybody to just use what they want, take the abilities out of the game.
So players can really hone in on the way that they like to play.
follow up with,
See, it
players
doesn't
being
really
able to
give
play
specific,
how they
but
want to play. When we are saying we remove factions, what exactly does that mean?
Please talk
a bit
about
more
it.
detail there.
It manifests in a couple of main ways, right? I think the first means we're going to be lifting all the sort of loadout restrictions around weapons and equipment. If you want to run the arrows carbine and a
Oh,
sticky
shit.
grenade, that's
They're actually showing us. Oh shit.
possible. Players will be able to sort of tailor their kit.
Wait, hold on. Go back.
Arrows carbine and a sticky grenade, that's possible.
Yo, they kind of changed this around too. I like the way this looks actually. This looks a lot cleaner than what it looks like now. This looks a lot cleaner. What's up, brother? Watched this earlier. Pretty neat. Yeah, I'm watching it now. I'm reacting to it. I'm recording for YouTube as well. I like the way this looks though. This looks good. And I don't see an ultimate ability, so they took away ultimate abilities. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm all down for it. I'm fucking down for it. And we got 3 perks. Okay, that's interesting. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Players will be able to sort of tailor their kit to match their style. And that also means we're sort of revisiting perks. These were previously tied to factions. There was quite a lot of overlap depending on the factions. And so we've sort of done away with some of the redundant perks to ensure that everyone that you select is different than the others. But it also means it opens up an opportunity for us to allow players to have an extra perk slot, which we're really excited for players to start to try. So it
I'm
allows
interested,
even more
man.
flexibility and sort of tailoring your experience. I want to clarify, you'll still see sort of unique
Whoa,
perks
whoa.
to each of these slots, kind of similar
Is that
to
on the
how it
video or
exists
his
now.
camera?
But across 3 slots, you'll be able
I think that's on his camera. I'm pretty sure it's on his camera.
which we're really excited for players to start to
Okay.
try. So
I
it
can't do
allows
anything
even
about
more
that.
flexibility and sort of tailoring your experience. I want to clarify, you'll still see sort of unique perks to each of these slots, kind of similar to how it exists now. But across 3 slots, you'll be able to have more sort of variety in the ways that you hone in on your play style. And then I guess the sort of big sort of elephant in the room is faction abilities, right? And so
Yes.
this has been probably one of the biggest things we've heard from the community since it
Fuck that
released.
shield
It's been
wall, man.
a big point of discussion both in the community and internally in the studio. Obviously, abilities add this kind of interesting texture to fights sometimes, but I think more often than not, they end up being kind of frustrating to play against, right?
Yes.
And so if you couple that with the fact that they're just generally sort of difficult to balance because you
Yes.
can, like, small changes
Exactly
can
what I
swing
was
them
saying.
wildly
Exactly
from
what I was
useless
saying.
to this sort of like I win button where you just pop it and then you can just win a fight.
Shield wall.
That I think that is sort of at odds with what we believe Splitgate, what makes Splitgate.
I think the biggest thing we've
Huge, bro. Huge. And he said it perfectly. He said it perfectly. I am so glad this dev team has fucking common sense, dude. I'm so glad they have common sense. They fucked up. Don't get me wrong. They fucked up with the launch. They did some wild shit that people didn't like. But they at least, everybody makes mistakes, man. But they are such a good fucking studio, man. Holy shit. Thank God. Fuck faction abilities. Even though I'm going to miss my rush. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to miss my rush. But we won't have to worry about people scanning through walls no more. We won't have to worry about that stupid ass shield wall. We won't have to worry about my friends who just got in the stream. What happened? I'm late. I am watching through the dev video they put out today for the playtest they're doing this Friday. The guy that just joined the stream, Vortex, he says that arrows is OP, so rush is gonna be gone. Just to catch you up with what's happening, they are taking away faction abilities and they're letting you use everything across the board. So I'll kind of go back just to kind of show you. Dude, this is going to be a huge dub, bro. This is going to, I guarantee you, people are going to accept this way more. Hellenators inbound. You know what? You might be true on that, but it's all right. Maybe they could add a trophy system. All right, let me get back to where we were.
That I think that is sort of at odds with what we believe Splitgate, what makes Splitgate.
I think the biggest thing we've learned is just how different playing the game out in the wild is versus playing it like internally for an hour every week. That's something that we really enjoyed early on in development, but the problems with the abilities started to occur as you start to play the game out in the wild. You know, we saw it with the launch of Ranked. Everybody's going Sabrask wall, and it's a really frustrating experience.
Yes,
or
it
Meridian
is.
wall hacks.
Fuck
It's fun
Sabrask.
for me if I can see you through a wall, but it's not fun for
For
the
the
other
person
player
on
on the
the other
receiving
end.
end of that to constantly be wall hacked. That's not the purpose of Splitgate. Splitgate was always meant to be about gunplay, movement, and portals. And
Trophy
so
system
we're
would
trying to
definitely
get
be
back
needed.
to our roots in that sense. Let's kind of remove the abilities and the factions. We've got all this great weapon variety, so let's lean into that and let you pick and play the way you want to play. So if you want to use a Sabrask assault rifle with a Meridian pistol and this, you know, the slide.
Bro, this offers so much more potential too, taking away factions, man. Like, this offers so much potential for more weapons. And just balancing could be way easier, man. You don't have to sit there and like make a weapon and okay, for instance, there's 3 assault rifles in the game. Each faction has 1 assault rifle, right? You don't have to worry about doing that. You can make 1 assault rifle and then just make sure it's balanced with everything else. That's all they have to do. Like, this works out so much better for them and also the players. Like, this is just all around a good change.
Perk, my personal favorite, with, you know,
But I do agree, gadgets might be a problem. They might have to look into gadgets. Sticky grenades could be hell of annoying. What else could be annoying? Shock disc, motherfuckers stunning people. That could be hell of annoying. They're gonna have to do some shit with it, I'm sure. But it's still overall, like, the health of the game and competitive side and casual side. I think this is a good change. This is a beautiful change.
extra melee damage, etc. We want to let you play the way you want to play, and so this gives you that variety, removes that frustrating ability, and I think ultimately, I think it's good for the game. But you know, the community will have to tell us if we're on the right path.
That's where a lot of surveys come in, a lot of feedback. We have a beta hub that'll be linked down below in the video for the description, our Discord, that sort of thing as well. So please get involved there if you have things to share. Josh, last time you were on the stream, I believe we discussed having less emphasis on round-based modes. Now that we're a little further into development, I'd love to hear your thought process on this.
Okay, they talked about this the last time, that they wanted to do something with all the round-based stuff in the game. My stance on this is like, I can understand both sides of it. Like, for instance, Firecracker can be kind of crazy in overtime. Like, that quick diffuse time is insane, and you know that's game point. So like, I understand the adrenaline rush with that, but take for instance, even though domination's not in ranked, like, take for instance, if you make Dom, you know, a high limit, and then the teams are just duking it out, and it's like neck to neck the entire game, and you're not having rounds break that immersion. Like, that's the problem with rounds, is that they break your immersion in the game. They can give you a good mental reset, but it can also be a bad mental reset at the same time. I don't know. It's a really tricky kind of thing to really touch on, and I think they definitely need to look into it more. But coming from like a Halo player myself, for instance, like Team Slayer, TDM, whatever you want to call it, you know, that goes to a certain amount of kills, 50 kills, and it's game over. That's it. And those games can get intense on ranked as well. On this game, they have it up to kills of 20, and then there's another round. They've changed it. They added a new TDM, and now it's up to 50, and that's it, which is a good change. So that they just got to figure out how the fuck they're gonna do that. I think maybe they should just take away rounds. Maybe we don't need rounds, Maybe rounds could be something good for like the esports side of the game, but just quick play right now, I just feel like rounds just need to be taken out.
Ian touched on this a little bit, right? Like, your philosophy before launch and after launch is oftentimes different, right? And so while we like a lot of the round-based modes that, we think offer a lot of, dynamism
Like
to the way that the game
split ball
is
doesn't need
played,
round
we
based.
also hear the feedback from players that they were looking for a more sort of classic Splitgate arena experience, right? Where
Well, I
you
guess
can
that's kind of dumb. Split ball does kind of need rounds because if you just increase how many caps you need, then the game just ends in one fell swoop. It does not take that long to win a split ball round. So yeah, that was a dumb take. Don't pay attention to me.
kind of for a more sort of classic Splitgate arena experience, right? Where you can kind of jump in and start fragging out. And so for us, as we looked at like, okay, when we go to relaunch, like what is that core Splitgate experience? And while we're still going to have round-based modes, we're sort of pushing our core experience towards those fan favorites like King of the Hill, Domination, Team Deathmatch, some of these more straightforward arena based game modes that obviously really resonate with our players. And so for us, I think you'll see this in the playtest. We're going to have a lot more emphasis on those one round jump in and start slaying out. But then you'll also see things like, split ball, a game mode that we really, really love. And we're going to have
I do
those
too. People
round-based
hate it in
things,
the
but we
community
do
though.
want to push some of that, faster get in game type of experiences into our core experience.
Yeah, and I'll just add to that. I think one of the biggest changes, it's not actually in this particular playtest, but one of the things we've committed to for the relaunch is a playlist selection. And
Okay,
so
good.
by having that, we can have more modes. So for the players,
Good. And there's been a lot of people. Wait, hold on. He's saying playlist selection. So he's not talking about what's it called? Like the matchmaker selection. I don't know what the fuck to call it. I can't think of it off the top of my like match composer from like Halo. Like where like you could click the certain game mode you want to play. I mean maybe he's talking about that, but maybe he's just talking about having more playlists on the screen for you to just click into, which I have told everyone in the community that they need to do that. On launch, they just need to put in a shitload of playlists. Like just go all out. If the game is going to die, that at least go out with a bang and just put out all the playlists you possibly can. Don't worry about player count off launch. Don't try to calculate it. Just put all the playlists in there. Every single kind of game mode that people would love to play. Team SWAT, Big Head Snipers, Fiesta. Like all these game modes need to be their own separate thing for people to play and not put them in rotation. I do not like rotation things. I've never liked that. Back whenever I was playing Apex, that was like a big annoyance to me. Was the LTM limited time game modes. Like those things just piss me the fuck off because there's game modes that come up and it's like hell yes I get to play this. Oh, but it only lasts like 3 days, and it's like man what the fuck. And especially whenever you got people like for instance I work. Like if you're doing it during the week, then I'm only having like maybe 3-4 hours a day to play, these games, and I can't enjoy them as much as if it was like on a weekend whenever I'm off work or if it was just an official playlist. So they definitely, I think they need to get away from this LTM shit. They could do it for like events, like have some like crazy wacky game modes, but like core game modes like Fiesta, Big Head Snipers, Team SWAT, SWATnums, which is SWAT with pistols, or shit like that. They need to just have dedication to.
to want that traditional Splitgate 1, King of the Hill, Domination, TDM, like, great, pick those. You don't like split ball, you don't have to play it. But if you're
Okay,
more a
so
fan of the,
they are talking
split
about like a
ball,
match
fast
composer.
paced, but with rounds and breaks in between, like, we're still going to have that. And just, again, it's whether it's giving you more choice with your loadouts or giving you more choice with the modes you want to play, like, that's a big part of this relaunch. And we're excited about it.
Yeah, I know a lot of
Awesome.
people were just hooping and hollering about being able to choose what you want to play. That was one of the
Yes,
most things we
that's
saw.
I've seen a lot of people
And
talk about that.
it made an impression, absolutely. So we're very happy to be able to do that for the community. I was gonna go into updated portal walls, but we've been chatting about split ball, so I think maybe we should just continue with that. We're making some changes to split ball.
Dude, don't change split ball to something negative. Bro, I don't know why everyone hates split ball so much. I love split ball. It just gives me this, like, for those that might know, it's like a Halo, like there's like a Halo 4 game mode called Ricochet. I'm not a huge fan of Halo 4, but this game mode was one of my favorite game modes to play back in the day whenever I was younger playing Halo 4. And you could basically throw the ball. It's just like split ball. You go get a ball, you throw it into your base for an extra 20 points, or you run it in for an extra, I think, 10. I think that's how it worked. That shit was so much fun, man. And that's what split ball reminds me of. And I really hope they don't ruin this game mode. Just because I don't know why everybody hates it, man. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not like top 100. I have played in top 100 lobbies on ranked split ball, but my issue was going against 3 Sabrask players that were just camping in the back of their base with shield walls and being bitches. They're taking away faction abilities, so that won't be a problem anymore. But I don't know if that's what everybody's issue is.
Ian, you want to go ahead and shout about what we're going to be playtesting?
It's super simple. I mean, we put out a Twitter poll actually, I don't know, what, a week ago or so, asking should the player with the split ball, should they be able to portal with
Oh, that's low-key
a week ago or
huge.
so, asking
That is huge. Oh, how do I feel about that change, man? I feel like it would make for crazier games and it wouldn't be so chaotic as it is now. I will admit, even though I love split ball definitely gets chaotic sometimes. Like, especially the high level people that know how to portal. You can just keep going back and forth to each base with the balls. So I think this is a good change. I could see this being a good change. That's interesting. That's very interesting that they're wanting to make this change.
should the player with the split ball, should they be able to portal? With Splitgate 1, we went through
Definitely excited to see what they can work up for more content. BR and 24-player Onslaught need some love. I got an idea for them. What's your idea? And I agree. I think Onslaught and BR definitely need some love. BR, I feel like since it had such a rough launch, I feel like it hasn't really gotten much. I mean, both Onslaught and BR haven't gotten much. BR needs like just a huge overhaul, and optimization changes, and then Onslaught just needs new maps. That's the problem with Onslaught. They need more modes. 2 modes on Onslaught isn't enough at all. I agree with that too. I don't know what kind of game modes they could come up with, but it definitely do need more modes. And BR needs solo and duo mode. I agree with that as well. Now, you know what? Now that you say that, that's probably a good thing that they took away faction abilities, because now they don't have to worry about balancing for BR, because that is something that they have talked about with BR with solo and duos, is the faction abilities. They didn't know how it was going to handle it. Now that they took that away, they could definitely put solo and duo. So they're going to 100%.
through so many different iterations of capture the flag, and we could never get it right. And we went back and forth. Can you portal with the flag? Can you go through a portal? Can you go through a
Wait, hold on.
And we went back and forth. Can you portal with the
Hold on, I
well,
wanna
should
hear-
they be able to portal? With Splitgate 1, we went through so many different iterations of capture the flag, and we could never get it right. And we went back and forth. Can you portal with the flag? Can you go through a portal? Can you go through a teammate's portal? Can you sprint? Right? And it just never really worked.
I think if you're going to take away the player being able to portal with the split ball, how are they going to do that though? Well, I guess they could, because I was thinking if they drop the ball and then set a portal and then pick it up, it closes your portals anyways. Like, it just automatically does that now. I think if they're going to make this change, teammates should not be able to portal you either. I think the movement is good enough that players can get around the map with the split ball in their hand without the portals. I think that's honestly a good idea. I have some ideas for modes. Doesn't have to be game changes, just like more shit. CTF or split ball with different setting could work great in 24-player Onslaught. Yeah, that would be cool. I would love to see a split ball Onslaught would be fucking nuts, but they would have to have a dedicated map for that. Like, there's no way on the maps they have right now it would work.
And so split ball was our answer to what if we made a capture the flag style mode leaning into portals. Ultimately, I think we didn't quite get there. I think a lot of players have recognized it's fast and it's nice that you can kind of score and then immediately you're at risk that the other team can take it
Yeah.
back. But being able to portal, I mean, maps like Stadium or even Zenith, like you can score within.
Yeah, you could do that shit so fast. That's what I was saying. Like, the Portal game with Splitball, I can understand could be frustrating with people because it's just so chaotic. Because you could be so fast with getting the ball to each side of the map. So it's an understandable change.
Seconds. And we don't think that's healthy for the game. We think it's frustrating. And we saw actually with the Twitter poll, it was pretty divided, but in general, I think slightly more preferred the idea of not being able to portal with the split ball. Bottom line, though, we're testing it. And so that's one of the things we're going to test in this play test. But we got to play it. We got to see, does it work? Does it not work? Should we just keep it as is? Some people really like it the way it is. So we'll see how that goes.
I'll just jump in here. You know, we've been doing some testing internally, and I think we're really encouraged by some of the things we're seeing early on. You know, it started to feel much closer to its, you know, the mode that it's derived from, where it's a much more team-based experience where you're protecting the runner, and some of that gets a bit lost when you're able to sort of
does.
solo hero the ball through portals.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, and so
If their idea was to make split ball sort of like capture the flag, then yeah, it's definitely they strayed away from it.
we
I never thought about it that way either. Like, I always thought about it, like I said, like Halo 4 Ricochet. But going from a capture the flag standpoint, yeah, definitely portals need to be taken away. Let like movement be what carries it, like straight up.
we're seeing a lot of really positive things internally, but again, internally versus externally are very different things, and so we got to get it into your hands. But we're excited to try that out as well.
Speaking of excited to try things, again, Josh, you know, last time you were on here, we talked a bit about portal updates, you know, making the right changes, not just adding more, but making sure
Oh
that they have
shit,
meaning.
what are they doing to portals?
I played Frontier the other day of the playtest, was a lot of fun. Not sure if we want to discuss what maps are going to be in the playtest.
Oh, okay, they're changing the maps. That's what it is. Okay, because they did that with bypass, which I personally think new bypass is better than old bypass. I think it runs a lot better. I think it's more fluent. There's more gunfights happening. Like, I feel like it's a lot better. So I'm interested to see what other changes they make on other maps.
I know we have a few lined up for us, but anything
So they
you
said
want to add there?
Frontier.
Yeah, and just
Frontier does
just top
need-
line for anyone who
Frontier
didn't see
needs
that
more
previous
portal walls.
video. Just wanted to give a bit of clarification on what it means when we say adding more portals to maps. And I said this in the last one, but like our intention is not to just slap portal walls all over maps. We want to make sure that we're making meaningful additions to the portals within these arenas, right? And so we've already started this work. We've done a bunch of passes. I think for the playtest, you're going to see Core, Frontier, and Academy.
Damn, so they changed all these maps. So Core's getting a what the fuck would they do with Core? I wonder if they're gonna have more portal walls somewhere in the center of the map. Because the center of the map is like the only place that really needs to be touched. I feel like Core is one of their best fluent maps. Like, it runs pretty good. And but the problem is that the portal routes are very predictable, and that's because there's not enough portal walls. So maybe they're gonna go for like middle map, which could completely change how that map works. Frontier, they talked about that. Frontier does need more. Frontier is a little bit, it's lacking in the portal department. I feel like there could be definitely better routes that they could make up. I feel like the routes that they have now are just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they're tight angles and they're kind of out of the way. And I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of weird at the moment. It doesn't seem very fluid to do portals. Like, I mean, if you get decent at them, yes, there's some decent portal routes. Like, there's the one on the outside that you can do. That one's a lot of fun to do. But I feel like there could definitely be a little bit more portal walls that they could do, some more changes they could make. Academy. Now I know a lot of people don't like Academy. I think Academy playing wise it definitely needs some work. Portal walls for sure. They definitely need more portal walls on that map. But I think the aesthetic of the map is awesome. I really like the aesthetic. Grit. Which one's Grit? That oh no, that's Zenith I'm thinking of. What the fuck is Grit? Why can I not think of the map Grit? Hello? And they're gonna add more portal walls to Eden. Ooh, that's interesting. Eden's probably one of my favorite maps besides Ozone. Ozone is my favorite map, but Eden is an interesting one to pick because I feel like the portal walls are like just perfect. I don't know. That's interesting. What kind of changes would they make to that? I don't know which one Grit is. I can't. Oh, dumbass. Grit is the one with the the four pillars that are in the middle of the map. Oh my god. Oh my god, what? Am I talking too much? I apologize. But yeah, that map could probably use some more portals. For sure. I think it could.
We've made some really great changes in those maps, some really impactful new portal walls that really changed the way you play. I think Academy in particular is one.
Whoa,
where
whoa, whoa, whoa,
there's
whoa, whoa,
whole
whoa, wait, wait,
areas
wait,
of-
wait, 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 wait. Hold on. They're showing. They're showing. Yo, I'm so glad they're showing, dude. This is so awesome, bro, because things that game studios like to do now is they don't like to show shit. They like to just throw it at you whenever it comes out and then see how the community
really
reacts.
changed the way you play.
I'm
I
glad
think
they're showing.
Academy
Okay, so they're going to have portal walls above the doors. That's interesting. So, if I'm visualizing this correctly, you got a portal wall down here at the bottom, like all the way down here. And the problem is that there's a portal wall on the other side of this blue right here and on the other side of this red. And there's like one portal wall that you can hit to it, but it's a little bit of an awkward angle. So, this could make it to where like you could get up here through here a lot better by just going one straight portal wall up here, but it puts you at a disadvantage as well. But it could put you at an advantage because you could see like the whole outside of the map. Looking fresh with the sub emblem. Yeah, thanks to you, you beautiful specimen. But yeah, this is good change.
in
Good
particular
change.
is one where there's whole areas
A launch pad. So, dude, I love these launch pads, bro. They're doing really good with these launch pads. This is an interesting one too. I'm trying to. So you can launch yourself, basically.
that really changed the way you play. I think
You can launch yourself through this hole up here. I guarantee you that's what they put it there for. So you can launch. I mean, you could already do it with like the dome they have. If you like kind of like do some like aerial shit. I don't know how to explain it, but you could kind of do it. But this right here is probably what that launch pad's for. You could go here, you could go here. You could land down here and quick slide into the hallways. Huge. Fucking huge. Arrows BXR, X Meridian, Pistol OG, or hold on, I'm reading off my phone. I can't fucking read that far. Arrows BXR, Meridian Heavy Pistol GG, my favorite. Been using Sabras for a while, and it's misery. Overall hype for the new Splitgate news. It's awesome. Yeah, it looks fucking great. They are doing a fantastic job so far. W's in the chat for faction abilities being removed. Fuck Sabrask. Fuck that motherfucker. I've been begging for him to get removed since the game started. I'm so glad. I'm so happy.
Academy in particular is one where there's whole areas of that map that play quite a bit differently because there are some new portal walls in there. So
wait. Go back. Game looks at you're stupid, bro. You have the game installed.
There
Shut
are
up.
some new portal
Okay, so this is new. There's not a portal wall here
walls in there. So
normally. And this got extended up. This isn't this high. That's interesting. Yeah, some cool shit could be done with this.
really excited for players to check this out and they start to feel like what we mean when we say we want some more impactful uses of portaling and not just like, yeah, okay, we just slapped walls everywhere. But again, the intent of this
Good
is
old
that
camel
you can
grind.
see
Okay, hold on. We got more. I wasn't paying attention. We got more. I must see.
because there are some new portal walls
I
in there. So
apologize.
really excited for players to check this out and they start to feel
The Helios is the only gun that sucks for the pistol grind. The Coil and the Tetra, perfect guns. They're beautiful. Oh, they put portal walls on both sides of this now. That's awesome. I'm actually really happy with that.
Feel like what
Because this would piss me off. Like just having this one portal here on each side. That shit was so annoying. Like that, that was so annoying. So adding these two could make a huge
we
difference.
mean when we say we want
All right, what'd they do down here? That's an addition, right? Yeah, that's an addition, I think. Correct? Am I right, Stream? Locking cautious. Coil S tier. Yes, Coil is S tier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
some
that
more
got added.
impactful uses of portaling and not just like, yeah, okay.
Wait,
We mean
Dumb.
when we say we want some more
Lock in,
impactful
conscious,
uses
lock
of
in.
portal.
oh, they added a portal wall back here. That's interesting. So you could do across the map onto this wall. There's a portal wall right here. You could stay in it, triple portal to this one, and then you could triple portal over here, and you could triple portal in the back of the. Okay, all right.
And not just like, yeah, okay, we just slapped walls everywhere. But again, the intent of this is that
I knew. I didn't say anything. I didn't say this whenever they said that they were adding portal walls to Frontier. I knew they were going to add some kind of wall or launch pad on the outside out here. I knew they were going to do it, and they fucking did it. Beautiful. Coil really feels like a linear fusion rifle from Destiny 2. Yes, it does. Way better movements with all the utilities they added is fire. Yeah.
you can see development out in public.
Oh, they got a box here now. Okay, that's dope. Have you watched the split ball part of the video yet? Yeah, we just got past it. I think it's a good change. Even though I love split ball, I think it's a good change. Launch
And so we
portals
want to
every
make
map,
sure
I'm
that you
down.
understand what we're doing.
Wait.
Of this is that you can see development
Let's
out
lock
in
in,
public.
chat.
And so we want to make sure that you
Okay, so they got a portal wall in the back in the basement now. This is a good change too, because I hate having to go for a power weapon and then fly my ass up to the top. Great change. Awesome change. I'm putting my phone closer, bro, because I cannot read this shit. I guess I'm just fucking mental. Alright. Yeah, I love the ideas of the change, to be honest. In my opinion, split balls should be one-hit melee, but can't portal themselves. Yes, I think if they're going to take away portals, I think one-hit melee is definitely good. Does it go all the way to the top? I'm assuming it does go all the way to the top. Hashtag blind.
understand what we're doing,
Probably these
why we're
glasses, to
doing
be
it. And
honest.
so, yeah, you'll get your first hands-on with those new changes.
They're kind of
A few more
blurry,
things we can touch
and I could show y'all maybe. Get back to the video. I'm sorry. I apologize.
up on. Ian, you mentioned the longer TTK.
Thing oddball capture the flag from Halo. You were basically useless carrying the Holy Grail. I really want to see oddball come to this game, and I think it was in Splitgate 1. I didn't play Splitgate 1, so yeah, I agree.
Make sure that you understand what we're doing, why we're doing it. And so, yeah, you'll get your first hands-on with those new changes.
A few more things we can touch up on. Ian, you mentioned the longer TTK. Why are we trying this direction out?
Wait, longer TTK? Whoa.
And we can also dive into the weapon and recoil adjustments that we're targeting as well.
All right.
Yeah,
this
I'm going to
is
hand this
interesting.
one to Josh because Josh
Cool.
has actually been driving this forward. I can talk about weapon recoil in a bit, but I'll let Josh talk about the time to kill.
That's glasses 101. You got blue light filter glasses. You'll barely notice it. Trust.
Time to kill is another one of those things, right? With any FPS that is a very divisive topic, right? Like
It
for
is.
half the people, it's too slow. For half the people, it's too fast.
From somebody who comes from Halo and Apex, time to kill is not a huge pain in the ass for me. It's games like my big issue with Battlefield 6, even though I've gotten proven to from a video showing the Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 6 time to kill being the exact same, and I loved Battlefield 4. So it's just something I'm just going to have to adjust to. I've been playing games that have longer TTKs. So yeah, I was complaining about it at first. As long as it's not too fast, but I think they're increasing it. I think they want the time to kill to be slower. That's what it sounds like.
And so it's one of
Teaches you
those
to get more
things that you have
headshots.
to
Oh yeah,
try
for
to
sure.
dial in, right?
That's
so
that's another
one
good
of the
point
things
as
that's
well.
interesting about Splitgate, as compared to any other sort of shooter, is there are typically these sort of battlefronts, these front lines where you understand where your opponents are coming from. And what that allows you to do is you can be alert and ready for that attack more often than not, right? And so one of the challenging things with balancing around portals is it allows you to change the battlefront at will, which is
Pretty much.
really,
Yeah.
really fun. But it also means it is very difficult to react to people flanking you,
Yes.
right? It is very difficult to acquire the target because they can come from virtually any direction. And so
Yes.
one of the things we've seen is a lot of people have felt as they play the game, it felt like whoever got the first shot off is going to win the game, right? Or is going to win the engagement. And so what we're trying with this pass, and again, we welcome all the feedback. We want to really hone in on this and dial it in. But the goal is we're trying to bump up the TTK so that engagements are a bit more meaningful.
Whoa. Hold on. Oh, wait, okay. They're gonna show it again, I think.
We welcome all the feedback. We want to really hone in on this and dial it in. But the goal
Okay, hold on.
is we're trying to bump up the TTK.
Okay, so it looked like it took like an extra 2-3 bullets to kill. That's not that bad. I'm sure it could be felt in game, but it's not that bad.
So that engagements
If you hit headshots, you'll notice no difference. Huge development W.
are a bit more meaningful, and
that's
you can
true.
have meaningful gun battles, and it's not
Warden taking 4 shots to kill instead of 2? Wait, hold on. Wait. It might be 3. I might be lying.
we're trying to bump up the TTK so that engagements are a bit more meaningful, and you can have
1, 2,
meaningful
3.
gun battles, and it's not simply
So
okay, this
5.
person landed the first shot and they're gonna win this
Good, fuck
engagement,
the
right?
warden.
And so it gives players the ability to try to figure out, do they want to disengage, can
Warden
they
too
turn the
OP.
tide by making sure
I'll sacrifice abilities for using any weapon perk any day.
that they're
Yeah,
hitting
I
more.
agree.
Do they want to disengage? Can they turn the tide by making sure that they're hitting more crits than the other player? There's a lot more. I wouldn't say a lot more. There's some more time to react, and in testing that we've had so far, it's been really interesting to see how the engagements change a little bit, and it's not simply mowing through people and on to the next one. And
It's
it
a good
becomes
change.
more about
I'll give
sort
it
of
that.
this
It's a good change.
one-on-one engagement. So
For sure.
really excited to get this into the players' hands. And like Ian said, and I want to reiterate, these are changes that we're testing. We want to hear your feedback. So please join in. Tell us how you feel about it.
Devs, y'all get my feedback.
And really, yeah, just try to, as you're playing it, try to think critically about how these things are making you feel, and let us know, because we're very open to keep tuning and on our road to relaunch.
Yeah, and I'll just add one thing. It's not a crazy change. I think it's about a 20% increase on average. So it definitely does allow for that extra level of like flanking strategy, etc. But it's not, we're not doubling the time to kill by any means. It's still going to feel like Splitgate.
We
That's
almost
good.
actually tried to do double health in one of our internal playtests, and everybody was like, might be a little much.
Well, we tried a 50% boost, but that was definitely too much.
That's what it was.
so-
Yeah. So, but we'll see what the community likes.
One last thing I wanted to touch on, but recoil changes. We've
That's
heard a
right.
lot of feedback on the automatics in particular, especially assault rifles, and how the recoil, it's very shaky and just doesn't feel right. And so we actually just rewrote how the recoil works on automatics. And we did a pass on every gun. So they're all a little bit different. In general, a tad less recoil. So before, an automatic would go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But the big thing, which I think a lot of players are going to be excited about,
Yeah, I've
is
noticed that.
recoil now only goes up. It feels so much better, and I didn't realize how annoying it was until now I
Wow.
go back to live. I'm like, man,
That's
now
gonna
I get
feel
what
good.
people were complaining about. So I'm excited for people
The
to
tempo's gonna feel
test
nice.
that change, and it's still going to need lots of tweaking. Is it too much, too little, etc.? But I
Sure.
think it feels 1,000 times better.
So again, Friday we have our first day for our public playtest. Ian,
Friday
how are
stream,
players
be
able
there.
to get into the
Be
game?
there,
Do they
damn
have
it.
to get a separate branch on PC? Is it available to consoles? What's the gist there?
unfortunately, the playtest is on Steam only.
Fuck!
It's just a lot easier to conduct these things there. I wish it were easier to do on consoles. It will be streamable though, so any of you console players, like, we wish you could participate, but you can still tune in. It's going to be streamable. It's going to, people can make videos, etc. Talk about their impressions.
Stop
but it's just
spamming
gonna be
low.
on
Bro, shut the fuck up. I'm mad now, dude. Damn it.
separate code of the same Steam app. So the Splitgate 2 beta app, we will post the code and instructions, but you can just switch branches, and you will have to download the updated branch.
Yeah, so that about wraps up this I suppose this week's update. Keep an eye out for our socials. Join the Discord. We're very active on Twitter. We all read Reddit, so do be involved in the community on social media. Feedback is a gift, as always. We're going to be sending out surveys after playtests. The Beta Hub, which is linked below, is probably the #1 spot to leave your feedback. And then I would say next up is the Discord, where we have the feedback
wow,
section.
dude.
But of course, as always, we do read other social medias. Last mention, August 29th, we are doing our public playtest from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the 30th, Saturday, 10 a.m. to...
Oh, I wouldn't even fucking... Wait. What's Pacific Standard Time to Central? I don't even think I would have made it in time anyways. That's so depressing, bro. That's so fucking sad, bro. Meanwhile, exploit rank with abilities before it's gone. Dude, I am so sad. I am so sad, bro. Meridian, I wouldn't say was perfect. Vision Pulse was kind of annoying. Though I'm actually fucking sad. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, god damn it. Alright, let's go back to OBS here. Hi YouTube, that was my reaction to all the changes they made. I'm so depressed that it will not be on console, but either way, I wouldn't even be able to participate. Maybe on Saturday I would be able to, but it's fine. It is what it is. I think they should try to do something to let console players play, because as Steam charts show, there's like fucking 500 people playing every day on Steam. So I think, they definitely have a good console crowd. And they need to, focus on, or they need to see if they can get that working somehow to do playtest on console side. Maybe they can like combine all the playtests they do on Steam, like later on, like after they do like 3 playtests on Steam, maybe combine all those and put them on console to get more feedback. That could be an idea. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, overall, fucking W changes for real. Like they surprised me with the faction ability changes, the map changes I expected, but the map changes are looking good. The recoil changes look nice. TTK, a good choice. I haven't really thought about it on the game, but now that they've brought it up, I think is a good choice to change it up just a tad bit. And yeah, like this just seems like really good changes that they're making. And they've done this in, I don't know how long it's really been. It's been what, maybe a month, 2 months since the game launched. So this is like pretty good timing. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this YouTube video. I haven't uploaded in a while. We are starting back on my playthroughs on my channel stream. We are doing playthroughs again starting this Friday at 8 p.m. Central, like normal, like we were doing before. Getting back onto Dead Island and Red Dead Redemption 2. YouTube, you guys won't see them for about a week, but we are going through and doing them again. So I want to let everybody know that. But I appreciate y'all. YouTube, if you guys want to come join up on the stream, watch me play Splitgate 2. I play every single day. It's my favorite game. I love it. Keeping Splitgate alive as best as I possibly can by myself, as me, along with the rest of the community. So go down in the description below. You can find my Twitch if you want to come hang out. And yeah, that's going to be it. I hope you guys had a good day today. I hope tomorrow will be even better. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.